universe. In this world, where the sun's sweat and the moon's tears protected the chosen ones, a magical legend emerged to forge the Inca Empire. Destined to be one of the greatest civilizations of all time. An empire where the immensity of magical lakes blended with cities that were born from the earth. And the bravest of warriors traveled from unknown oceans to fortresses hidden in the mist. Peru, empire of hidden treasures. 5,000 years of history, still alive. Visit Peru. In a world where the sun walked the earth, where gods were hidden within stones, and ancient cultures dominated the oceans. A world where death created life. And men communicated with the universe. In this world, where the sun's sweat and the moon's tears protected the chosen ones, a magical legend emerged to forge the Inca Empire. Destined to be one of the greatest civilizations of all time. An empire where the immensity of magical lakes blended with cities that were born from the earth. And the bravest of warriors traveled from unknown oceans to fortresses hidden in the mist. Peru, empire of hidden treasures. 5,000 years of history, still alive. Visit Peru. In a world where the sun walked the earth, where gods were hidden within stones, and ancient cultures dominated the oceans. A world where death created life. And men communicated with the universe. In this world, where the sun's sweat and the moon's tears protected the chosen ones, one of the greatest civilizations of all time.
Puteksa wera kocak muna kuiningmi. Kay help anjis, hanak mampuririnampak.
An empire where the immensity of magical lakes blended with cities that were born from the earth. And the bravest of warriors traveled from unknown oceans to fortresses hidden in the mist. Peru, empire of hidden treasures. 5,000 years of history, still alive. Visit Peru. In a world where the sun walked the earth, where gods were hidden within stones, and ancient cultures dominated the oceans. A world where death created life. In a world where the sun walked the earth, where gods were hidden within stones, and ancient cultures dominated the oceans. A world where death created life. And men communicated with the universe. In this world, where the sun's sweat and the moon's tears protected the chosen ones, a magical legend emerged to forge the Inca Empire. Destined to be one of the greatest civilizations of all time.
Puteksa wera kocak muna kuiningmi. Kay help anjis, hanak mampuririnampak.
An empire where the immensity of magical lakes blended with cities that were born from the earth. And the bravest of warriors traveled from unknown oceans to fortresses hidden in the mist. Peru, empire of hidden treasures. 5,000 years of history, still alive. Visit Peru. In a world where the sun walked the earth, where gods were hidden within stones, and ancient cultures dominated the oceans. A world where death created life. And men communicated with the universe. sun's sweat and the moon's tears protected the chosen ones. A magical legend emerged to forge the Inca Empire. Destined to be one of the greatest civilizations of all time.
Putekse werakochak munakuininmi. Kay halpantis, hanagman puririnampach.
An empire where the immensity of magical lakes blended with cities that were born from the earth. And the bravest of warriors traveled from unknown oceans to fortresses hidden in the mist. Peru, empire of hidden treasures. 5,000 years of history, still alive. Visit Peru. In a world where the sun walked the earth, where gods were hidden within stones, and ancient cultures dominated the oceans. A world where death created life. And men communicated with the universe. In this world, where the sun's sweat and the moon's tears protected the chosen ones, a magical legend emerged to forge the Inca Empire. Destined to be one of the greatest civilizations of all time.
Putekse werakochak munakuininmi. Kay halpantis, hanagman puririnampach.
An empire where the immensity of magical lakes blended with cities that were born from the earth. And the bravest of warriors traveled from unknown oceans to fortresses hidden in the mist. Peru, empire of hidden treasures. 5,000 years of history, still alive. Visit Peru. In a world where the sun walked the earth, where gods were hidden within stones, and ancient cultures dominated the oceans. A world where death created life. And men communicated with the universe. In this world, where the sun's sweat and the moon's tears protected the chosen ones, a magical legend forge the Inca Empire. Destined to be one of the greatest civilizations of all time.
Puteksa werakochak munakuininmi. Kay Jalpanchis, hanakman puririnampaj.
An empire where the immensity of magical lakes blended with cities that were born from the earth. And the bravest of warriors traveled from unknown oceans to fortresses hidden in the mist. Peru, empire of hidden treasures. 5,000 years of history, still alive. Visit Peru. In a world where the sun walked the earth, where gods were hidden within stones, and ancient cultures dominated the oceans. A world where death created life. And men communicated with the universe. In this world, where the sun's sweat and the moon's tears protected the chosen ones, a magical legend emerged to forge the Inca Empire. Destined to be one of the greatest civilizations of all time.
Puteksa werakochak munakuininmi. Kay Jalpanchis, hanakman puririnampaj.
An empire where the immensity of magical lakes blended with cities that were born from the earth. And the bravest of warriors traveled from unknown oceans to fortresses.
Jalmai. Jalmai. A deserved applause to Jalmai. You know, it's a word from the Quechua language. It means cultivate the earth. They have 20 years of experience, and their show is based mainly on the living culture of Peru. So it's considered one of the most prestigious dance companies in Peru, worthy of innumerable prizes inside and outside the country. And you have heard the cajon. The cajon is an icon of the music of the Peruvian coast and is also recognized as cultural heritage of Peru. The cajon replaces the African drums brought at the time of the conquest. The Fiesta del Cajon is a musical and choreographical work of percussion created by Jalmai that allows us an approximation to the roots of Afro-Peruvian black rhythms. Please, an applause for them. Again, deserved applause. Thank you very much. My name is Daniel. I'm your Master of Ceremony, and it's an honor to welcome all of you to the World Customs Organization AT Conference and Exhibition. The AT Conference is the flagship event of the World Customs Organization, and it's being held for the 17th time. We will be hosting these days over 500 delegates, customs and other government agencies, the private sector, international organizations, academia, and others from all around the world. So welcome also to this wonderful city of Lima. Maybe for a few of you, it's the first time in Peru, and I hope you have the opportunity to visit this country. You can find places, amazing places like Machu Picchu, like Cusco, Nazca, the tomb of the Lord of Zipan, Titicaca Lake, or the Amazonas, the river Amazonas, born in Peru. And the culture of the Incas and other civilizations, pre-Columbian civilizations, right? But if you don't have to visit the country, Lima is an amazing city. Lima is a city with a lot of culture, colonial culture. It was the capital of all Americas when the Kingdom of Spain ruled the world, the half of the world. And so you can find amazing places to visit in this capital. And the food, the Peruvian food, is also something amazing. It's recognized worldwide. And you must try ceviche and also the pisco sour, that is the original drink from Peru. Well, let's start, or let's continue with the ceremony. I will invite the speakers to give us the welcome, and I will invite individually to the stage Mr. Victor Shiguyama Kobashigawa. He's the National Superintendent de la Superintendencia Nacional de Aduanas y de Administración Tributaria, SUNAT, Peru. Welcome to the stage. I will invite also Dr. Cunio Micurilla, Secretary General, World Customs Organization. Please, sir, join us on the stage. And Dr. Tael Kang, Director General of Information and International Affairs Bureau from Korea Customs Service. Please, sir, join us. And let's start. Let's invite Mr. Victor Shiguyama Kobashigawa, National Superintendent de la Superintendencia Nacional de Aduanas y de Administración Tributaria, SUNAT, del Perú. Sir, please.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to express my utmost appreciation to Mr. Cunio Micurilla, Secretary General of World Customs Organization, and Tael Kang, Director General of Information and International Affairs Bureau of Korea Customs Service. For the National Superintendency of Customs and Tax Administration, it is a pleasure to host the 17th edition of the WCO IT Conference Exhibition, an event promoted by the World Customs Organization, which brings together not only the customs of the world, but also representatives of the private sector, and the international organizations to find solutions using new technologies on the benefit of trade and international security. Customs administrations are the front face of a country. In that sense, we have the big responsibility of surveilling and what is coming and what is leaving our territory in an intelligent environment. The continuous dynamism of international trade demands for citizen-oriented attention, processes to be simple, predictable, and transparent. The use of dynamic information technologies and solutions that allow quality services to be provided in shorter times and, of course, cost-effective is essential. Likewise, public entities and foreign trade operators, we have the challenge of contributing to a safer logistic chain that allow us to identify risks that might threaten society's security. To achieve these goals, the use of new technologies and digital transformation represents an opportunity to radically improve the performance and scope of our organizations, which, in a view to providing a quality service oriented to foreign trade users and the benefits of our citizens. Therefore, we are sure that this event will serve as a platform to share our experiences among our countries, customs, companies, and organizations. All you delegates that are here today, and we whom we share the mission of working for more agile and safer foreign trade. Finally, I would like to thank WCO for granting the privilege to host this event and for you to visit our country. I welcome you to Peru, an nation endowed with a great culture and gastronomic richness, which I'm sure you will have the opportunity to enjoy these days. Welcome to 2018 WCO IT Conference and Exhibition. Welcome to Peru. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your words, Mr. Shigeyama. And now we will invite Dr. Kunio Mikuriya, Secretary General, World Customs Organization, to the microphone.
Honorable Superintendent Nacional de Aduanas y de Administración Tributaria, representante del Servicio de Aduana Correas, distinguished guests and participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is really a great pleasure and honor for me to organize this event hosted in this magical town of Lima in Peru. We are already enticed by this performance, beautiful music and dance, which shows how Peru has incorporated several cultural flows and showing diversity, but at the same time unity, and which is a great introduction to this IT conference. And therefore, first of all, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the high authority of Peru government, and especially SUNAT for hosting this very important flagship event of the WCO to allow private sector and public sector to jointly work together to explore the future of international trade. Last evening, we already had a very good reception with lot of good food and, well, and pisco sour and music, and that has already created a very good environment for this networking of our customs, other government agencies, international organizations, business, and also academia, for which I really appreciate this event. In fact, Peru is known for a very popular destination for tourists, and with its historical, glorious historical places that shows the great history of Inca and already Machu Picchu or Cusco was mentioned, and also its gastronomic culture, and this is really something very famous worldwide. But above all, it's the hospitality of Peruvian people, which is very well known for the world. But Peru is also very well known for its trade policy, very open trade policy to attract more economic activities, investment, and this is really important that the government and the business cooperate together to improve business environment. And actually, as you know, this year's theme of the WCO is secure business environment for economic development. And this is why I'm very happy to come to the country where they incorporate the spirit of this, improving and securing business environment, both public and private sector. And also, with that spirit, Peru has offered to host this event in Lima. Well, we are now living in the era of digital technology, which is progressing very rapidly. And that has brought many changes to our economic activities, but also our social life. And of course, borders is not exception. One good example would be e-commerce, electronic commerce, which uses really a flow of data, secure data, and that is the basis of a business model. And but this has empowered consumers, micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. Therefore, customs and other government agencies now, many are trying how best to promote this new method of trade. But at the same time, e-commerce brings challenges, because where there are opportunities that technology open, always there are challenges. Because we know that e-commerce could be used in their small packages, conduit for drugs or fake medicines, or environmental sensitive goods or security goods, those that might compromise, that could compromise health, safety, and security of society. So how we can really address this issue is important. And of course, there are other concerns such as data security, data protection of consumers, citizens, but and also companies. But at the same time, cybersecurity is another issue. Therefore, it is very opportune that in the era of a very quick evolution of digital technology, we gather here in Lima to discuss and explore the way forward, how best we can work together. Well, as you know, customs mission is revenue collection, but also facilitation of legitimate trade and the protection of consumers and society. And therefore, it is imperative that the customer has data which go together with the movement of goods, passengers, and quickly evaluate the risks entailed with the movement of those goods and the people, and decide what kind of intervention is necessary. Therefore, this is very important to focus on risk management based on that data. So how we can get data, how we can share that data with other government agencies, how we can come up quickly with risk management. And that is what we are concerned. And in that way, because in that way we can facilitate legitimate trade while at the same time we can focus our attention at a high-risk area. And in that way, we can realize WCO's mission, that is borders divide, customs connects. Well, during this conference and exhibition, there are many interesting people and experts united here to analyze the implication of digital technology and how we can apply those technology at the borders. And this is why we came up with topics such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, and cloud computing, Internet of Things, and of course cybersecurity. And there are different sessions of panel, and that panel session is the aim is to raise awareness of participants, but at the same time encourage people, inspire people to think about how we can apply those new set of technologies on the ground. And of course, at the same time, the panel session will share experience of customer administrations, what their take and what their lessons learned. And another popular event during this conference exhibition is Tech Talks, because Tech Talks allow you to have face-to-face contact and more in-depth discussion with experts and in a smaller group. And the theme that these Tech Talks will take up is single window and mutual recognition of authorized economic operators, and role of women in technology and security issues. So as usual, before this conference and panel session and the Tech Talks, we are going to talk about single window, but WCO data model is the enabler of this single window. Therefore, we organize Monday, Tuesday, regional workshop on data model, very well attended, appreciated, and it was done with funding from Japan. And also, I would like to welcome the heads of customs from Central America who are here with financial help of CAPTA, that is IMF's Technical Assistance Center in Guatemala, and that is also another addition, contribution to this forum. Well, not only conference, but exhibition. I saw that you already started to enjoy exhibition outside this conference hall. And this is a place where you can see what is there in the market, what kind of technology is on offer at market. And you can discuss service providers that what is your needs and what you can really develop your own system based on the ideas that you can get from exhibitions. And for the service providers, they can know what customers want, what other government agencies, border agencies want. And in that way, they can, in the end, develop a partnership approach in the use of technology. Therefore, it will be a very interesting one. And especially, we have there are several interesting stands. Peru stand, it will be a very interesting one with a surprise. And also WCO1 will give you an idea of the newly established WCO Academy, online academy, how it goes to help not only customs and government agencies, but the private sector as well. Well, we'll have a lot of opportunity to see cultural aspects and what is the business environment in Peru. And, but also we will have a chance to listen to what progress has been made by Peruvian SNAT, especially customs modernization. And it will not be just limited to the technological area, but also human resource area as well. Because in the end, for this digital technology, what is important? In the end, it is how human resource can get assistance from technology. And so on the ground, officials should have knowledge on our technology and trade, but also professionalism is necessary. And this is the basis of developing trust between private and public sector. Well, finally, I should ask you to really use already technology that is, downloading apps on this conference and exhibition. If you go to App Store, you can find WCO ITC 2018, and that apps will give you, and the Twitter account is also there, and that will connect you and also enable you to share your views. And as a conclusion, once again, I would like to sincerely express my thanks to the host country, Peru, and many sponsors that enabled this conference and exhibition, including Korean Customs Service, and also especially you who came from all over the world, 500 people, and your active participation is very much welcome, and let's make this conference and exhibition a success. Thank you very much. Gracias por su atención.
Thanks for your words, Dr. Mikuriya. And now we invite Dr. Tael Kang, Director General of Information and International Affairs Bureau from Korea Customs Service. Please, sir.
Buenos días. Mr. Victor Sugiyama Kobashigawa, National Superintendent of SUNAT, and Dr. Kunio Mikuriya, Secretary General of the WCO. Officials of SUNAT who saved no effort for a successful hosting of this conference, delegates from WCO members and international organizations, IT experts, and distinguished guests for the 2018 WCO IT Conference and Exhibition. I'd like to express my deepest congratulations for hosting today's conference in Peru, a country with a glorious ancient civilization and the land of abundance. It is also my privilege and honor to speak in front of you on behalf of Korea Customs. Excellencies and distinguished participants, as you may know, cross-border trade is closely linked to economic growth of a country. For decades, the global trade volume has skyrocketed, driven by technological developments in the areas of transportation and communication. In this process, we have witnessed that when trade volume grows, industries develop and people's quality of life enhances. Customs play a critical role in the global trade, which brings about a continued industrial development and economic growth. One of critical roles of customs is to interdict illicit and illegal trade, which exploits trade facilitation measures and undermines the safety of a society and people. For decades, the global customs authorities have improved administrative measures in various ways for an efficient operation and work of customs with limited human resources. Among them, the modernization and automation of customs administration based on IT technologies have improved the speed and efficiency of customs administration significantly. Last year was a monumental year for customs administration as the WTO Trade Facilitation Agreement took effect. The agreement grants critical roles to customs in the global trade order while stipulating comprehensive mandates of customs authorities. In order to effectively implement articles of the agreement, the establishment of electronic clearance environment is obligatory. We have seen positive progresses in the long overdue discussion of the simplification and harmonization of customs procedures in the global customs community. In recent years, the fourth industrial revolution is being discussed, which brings innovation in the customs work by integrating various technologies in the IT sector. In this regard, the WTO IT conference holds its significance as it brings customs administrations, border management agencies, and IT experts together to discuss and share recent technological developments related to trade infrastructure. I hope that this meaningful conference can be continued as a forum that leads a new era of trade facilitation with movers and shakers in the area of customs. Since Korea established EDI-based e-clearance system in the early 90s, it has continuously developed the clearance system using cutting-edge technologies. In 2006, Korea created UniPass e-clearance system. Recently, we updated UniPass, launching the fourth generation e-clearance system of Korea. Thanks to this, traders can enjoy 24/7 and tailor-made clearance services which enable mobile access. Korea is preparing for the application of various emerging technologies by linking and integrating various data and systems to improve effectiveness and productivity in customs work. Let me briefly elaborate on this. First of all, we are establishing artificial intelligence, AI, based import and export clearance system. This can allow us to effectively control high-risk cargo while ensuring swift clearance of low-risk cargo. Secondly, we are rolling our sleeves up for the adoption of export clearance logistics system based on blockchain technology. This will provide various benefits to the reliable trade supply chain, which includes AEOs, customs brokers, and logistics companies, such as the exemption of export examination and inspection. New technologies will be applied to customs border control as well. We are preparing for the application of drone and AI X-ray to counter terrorism and illicit smuggling. Distinguished guests, I hope you would have a rewarding time here at this conference, acquiring shared information and experiences as well as latest technologies. Once again, I'd like to extend my gratitude to Mr. Victor Shigeyama Kobashigawa, National Superintendent of SUNAT, who have shown an unsparing support for the success of this conference. Also, my deepest appreciation goes to officials from SUNAT, WTO representatives, and delegates from WTO members for your hard work and dedication. To conclude, it is my pleasure that Korea Customs is sponsoring 2018 IT conference. Also, on behalf of Korea Customs, I would like to promise that we will stay committed to the advancement of the global customs community. Gracias.
Our thanks to Mr. Shigeyama, Dr. Mikuriya, and Dr. Kang for your words. Now I invite you and the other VIP members to follow the WCO staff to the VIP tour, and ask the other delegates. I will ask just to give me a few minutes. There is something I want to show you. Please, you can also. Thank you very much. Before, I will invite a member of the hotel staff